Hey y'all. Anything different? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that I have a different background. A background that's not a toilet. Even though it's still a little messy back there, it's not a toilet, right? Like, y'all would rather look at something at least colorfully aesthetic, right? Like, okay, you get the point. The point is, I feel like a brand new person. How are y'all doing today? Oh, that was so country. Since I didn't have to work, I was like, might as well do something I actually enjoy doing, right? Playing in some makeup. And it's been about, I want to say about 2 weeks since I had makeup on my face. We're gonna dig into one of my favorite palettes because it's the most colorful one I have. It is the NYX Swear By It palette, and we're gonna see what we can come up with today. Nothing too boring, too basic. If it is gonna be boring and basic, it's just gonna be the layout, not the colors. Okay, we're not doing neutral. We're straying away from the neutral colors today. We're gonna do something colorful. Okay, so I actually don't know what I'm working towards today. I'm thinking maybe a halo eye. That would be fun. Halo eye-ish. I haven't done a halo eye in years, so why not do it today, right? So I guess that's what we're going for. A purple lavender blue halo eye. Something with purple, okay? I am going to go ahead and clean my face with some toner and prep it with some bio oil gel, and then do my brows off camera, and I'll be right back. Oh my. Look at this big old volcano. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are back on our regularly scheduled program. Brows are done, skin is prepped. So moving on to eyeshadow, I have a confession to make. I know that I have been an avid hater of eyeshadow primer. I used to just love using my concealer for primer before I applied my eyeshadow. But guys, I fell into the arms of an eyeshadow primer. Juvia's Place, and it was only $12, and I was like, because I thought all eyeshadow primers were over $20 for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but I did until I seen this one was for $12, despite the fact it being in color 1, the whitest of the white shade that they have. I decided to still give it a try, and guys, my eyeshadows blended like a dream. Like, I firmly believed that eye primer and concealer did the exact same thing when priming your eyelids. It doesn't. It does not. Eyeshadow primer, because that's what it's intended for, definitely does what it's supposed to do. It makes the eyeshadows bolder, and it also helps the eyeshadow blend with the color next to it, instead of me spending 20 minutes blending a color like I did for my Neapolitan inspired makeup look. But yes, I am now a proud supporter of eyeshadow primer. The way I flipped and flopped like that was insane, but I don't care. I finally see the truth now. Now that I've gotten my confession out the way, we are going to go in with the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer. Shake it up, because that's what you're supposed to do. A lot of people gave this primer a 1-star review because they didn't realize they were supposed to shake it up. Obviously, like literally, if you read the box, it clearly says, the box clearly says, the first sentence of the directions on the box says, shake well before use. Anyone that's hating on this eyeshadow primer just because they didn't read the directions, it's entirely their fault. But I did in fact shake the product well when I first got it, and then I also shaked the product well just today, even though I didn't have to because it was already shook up. Okay, are we getting it? Okay, I shook up the product for the 3rd time today, and I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it, oh, that was not a little bit, but it's okay. I look crazy. I know I do. I know I do. But I'm willing to look crazy before I look beautiful. You gotta trust the process. Add just a little bit more. It is full coverage, so I'm trying to be careful with it. This is my first time like actually using it. Like I tested it when I bought it, which was like, again, 2 weeks ago. I tested it and it was extremely full coverage, and I really liked it, and I just tested it again on the back of my hand. Made my colors, the colors that I thought was so dull on my skin tone, and made them pop, because that's what it's supposed to do. Like, okay, Juvia's Place, it's affordable and it works, because there are affordable options out there that are just awful, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Or maybe I just wasn't using it the way it was supposed to be used. All right. So still don't know what I'm doing yet, but we're gonna take it
nice and slow today.
My brushes are now clean, and by clean I mean I just rubbed them on my pants until they weren't pigmented with the last eyeshadow I used. Where should we start? It doesn't have a dark purple in here. Oh, I know where to get a dark purple from. Okay, so I thought that I was just going to be using one palette today. That's not the case anymore. Okay, so we are actually going to go in with a different palette. The Wanderlust palette from Profusion, the Walmart brand. Or I think it's a Walmart brand, it probably isn't. But that's what I'm using, okay? We're going to go in with the color Retro. And we're just gonna pack that on. And hopefully this little cheap palette does what it's supposed to do. So while I do my eyeshadow today, I just thought, why not also yap about school? Today's date is August 22nd, and in 3 days I start school. Like, I was literally enjoying my summer so much, I didn't realize school was like literally right around the corner. Being an architecture student, we're mostly using architectural programs, so everything is on a computer. So I didn't have to worry about buying any school supplies. And honestly, I'm not buying any art supply until a project actually comes around and I know what I need. I made that mistake a couple of times before, and I'm not gonna do it again. Since school is around the corner, literally in 3 days, I just thought, why not talk about, you know, what I'm excited for this year in my 3rd year in architecture school. I guess I can start off, we can talk about what I'm excited for this year and also what I'm not excited for. There's a couple of things in both. Okay, let's start off with the good ones. What am I excited for? First thing that I'm excited for, I signed up to be a mentor to 1st and 2nd year students at my school. And I'm actually pretty excited for that. Not only because I'm networking, but also because I get to actually help people who was coming into this architecture thing basically blind. Like, you really don't understand what you're getting yourself into when you sign up for this architecture degree until you're actually doing it. Like, you can look up so many videos of architecture students and like what they have to go through, but you don't understand it until you're the one that's actually doing it. And I learned that the hard way. Learned that not even 3 weeks into my 1st year in school. It was hard, especially with that plaster project that we had to do. We had a plaster project that we had to do for my 1st year in school, and I absolutely hated it because I just could not get it right. And it was so devastating seeing everyone else get it right their 1st or 2nd time, and I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with my stuff? Like, what's going on? I ended up getting it right at the end, but my mother had to help me with a whole bunch of duct tape. Luckily though, I wasn't the only one. My friend, luckily she's still in architecture school with me. We were both in 3rd year. My friend was also struggling though, and I'm like, we struggled together, okay? And I'm so glad that she pushed through just as much as I pushed through, because it was a journey. Now we're going to go in with the color Regal. this phone right here, right above the one I just used. We're going in with Regal. So anyways, yes, I am so excited to start this mentorship. My mind keeps going back to my first year in school. You never understand like what you're getting into until you're actually in it. And I absolutely hate that because no one prepares you for it. Like, they can send you a supply list of everything that you might need. They can tell you what computer to get. They can tell you what programs to use. But they're not going to tell you. They don't tell you how to manage your time. And that's the worst part of it. Because everyone's lives are completely different. Some people are working more than others. Some people don't work at all. Some people have late classes their first year. Some people have super early classes other than their architecture studios. And I'm just like, there needs to be some help around, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like we need mentors for architecture in general, period, because it is such a hard degree. It's one of the most rigorous degrees, actually. And it's rigorous because of the time and like the work isn't hard at all. It's just the time management that's the hardest part of it all. As a mentor, I hope to help new students or first and second year students understand like what they should do to manage their time better, or manage their time instead of pulling all-nighters every single night like I was doing my very first year. My second year though, I forced myself to go to sleep after a certain time because I refuse to stay up for something that's not going to have any progress done. I'm using that same thing this year as well. We are surprisingly getting through this fast, but we're going to go back and reinforce colors. We're going to go in with this pink shade right here. Go girl. Number 2, what else am I excited for in this school year? The next thing I'm excited for is seeing my friends again. Seeing my friends and making new friends. So with the architecture studio, it's a very small community already, but it's not like I haven't seen half these people already because it is so small. It's just that we don't engage with each other unless we're in the same class together because our schedules are so rigorous. We don't really have time, unless you make the time somehow. We don't really have the time to go and socialize with each other unless we're sitting right across from each other. And that's unfortunate because architecture is literally about networking. It's actually kind of ironic how we don't get the time to socialize with each other. Third thing I'm excited for is to go back to school. I've always been the type to absolutely love going back to school, not because of going back to school, but I love learning new things. I'm just that type of person. I remember growing up, every year for the first day of school, people would be like, "You excited for school?" And in like a teasing way, and I'd be like, "Yep." I've always been the type of kid to say I loved going to school. I don't know, it's just something about school. Now, to counter that though, okay, before I continue, we're going in with my NYX Diamonds and, oh my gosh, we're going in with my NYX Diamonds and Ice Please palette for that pink shade in it, to diffuse out at the ends. To counter the fact that I am excited to go back to school to learn new stuff and actually make sections and do more drawings because I love doing the computer stuff. So the fourth thing that I'm excited to go back to school for, specifically architecture school, is go back and make more drawings of my designs. Make more designs, basically. Like, I'm really excited to do that. I love seeing the designs that all the students come up with, and I love being introduced by the teachers of all the designs. But I'm mostly excited to be able to draw out my designs and see it just come to life, honestly. The end of year show is always the best time of year, not only because you're ending the year off, but mostly because you get to see everyone's finished product, everyone's project that everybody was slaving over throughout the semester. You know, it's really fun. And then it's also exciting because that is our exam. Like, our exam, we don't have paper exams. We don't have, most of our classes isn't, what is the answer for this question? No. Our exams are build this project and be able to explain it. Be able to be intentional in why you chose this design rather than another design, you know? Alright, we are looking crazy, but I'm loving it. Okay, So I guess I can start off with what I'm not excited for this year, while I go back and reinforce all of these colors with the second or third layer. So the number one thing that I am not excited to do this year is build models. Oh my gosh. One thing about me, I hate building a model. And that's what Architecture Studio, one of the main parts of the studio is about. Like literally building whole buildings at such a small scale. And it's not the fact that we're building it at a small scale, it's the fact that we're building it at all. The reason I hate it is not because we're building it, no. I hate it because it's in such a small time frame and they want the details to be so intricate and, again, intentional. It's just like, bro, you can't give me a month or two to build this and then constantly tell me to keep changing things and expect it to be presented perfectly. Like, oh my gosh. Most of our time as architecture students go to building our project. Or half of our time goes to that. It's supposed to go to that. The other half goes to drawing the drawings. But again, I would rather draw drawings all day, because that's what we do anyway, than have to build a freaking model that takes not days, not weeks, but months to do correctly. Months to sit there and plan out what piece goes where. And not even just months. Oh my gosh, not even just the planning, but the money. That's another thing they never tell you in architecture school. They never tell you how much money you're going to be spending after you've paid your tuition, okay? Or while you're paying your tuition. They never tell you that. Like, they tell you, yeah, you're gonna spend a good amount of money. You're thinking, okay, $100 a project. No, boo. It's definitely more than 100, because don't let your project be the one that your teacher absolutely hates and he or she tells you, no, you need to change this and make it like this because I don't like it like that. Who are you to tell me how you like my project? I'm kidding. Disclaimer, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna get kicked out of school. They literally tell you, they sit there and tell you to your face, your project's not good enough and I don't like it. I actually hate it. How about you don't do that? How about you don't do that at all? What I've come to notice, the reason that they do that is because they're testing you so that you can be able to defend your project. Because in the real world, going into an architectural firm, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's literally what you're hired for, to be able to defend your project or defend your choices in a project, you know? Why the teachers sit there and hate on your project so much is because they want you to be able to defend yourself rather than sit there and just take it. Like, sometimes, yes, sometimes you are supposed to just take it and like shut up because the teachers know what they're talking about. But at the same time, you have to be able to explain, like, why is there a toilet in the middle of the freaking kitchen, right? Okay, like, yeah, it's different, but like, what does that mean? Like, what does that explain? Why did you want a toilet in the middle of the kitchen? So that leads me to my next thing of what I'm not excited for. I am not excited to have to try to explain my project to a whole bunch of people plus actual architects. It is extremely nerve-wracking, I'll tell you that. For my school, at least, we are presenting to juries, basically meaning we're presenting to our teacher, our class, as well as whatever architects those teachers invite. I say that is nerve-wracking because when you think about it, you're getting a group of professionals to come and judge your project to see if it's something that they would like. And in my mind, at least, if they like it, that means my project is good. But at the same time, I also know if your project causes controversy, it's also good, because I've learned as a self-taught artist with drawing and color pencils drawings and painting, art is very subjective, and art is also supposed to provoke emotion. If your art doesn't provoke some type of emotion, it's a failed piece, period. But if your art does provoke emotion, positive or negative, even though it may not be successful already, that means it's making progress towards success. And that's what I love about art. I am definitely going to be teaching them that. Just because your teacher says that they hate your idea doesn't mean that it's a failing idea. Is that me being stuck up? Maybe a little bit. Oh my gosh. I'm already halfway done with this eyeshadow look, and guys, look at the blend. I don't think I've ever been able to get such a seamless blend before. That just proves my point that That just proves my point that an eyeshadow primer is definitely worth your money. Oh my gosh, and look at how pigmented it is. Yes, my eyes do look bruised, but like that's the point. We're going for a bruised look today. What is one more thing that I am not looking forward to in school? Another thing that I'm not looking forward to school at all are the endless all-nighters. And when I say endless, I know I just said that I'm not gonna pull an all-nighter every night because I freaking refuse to do that. When I say endless, I mean that the night feels like it never ends. Like whenever you pull all-nighters, it literally feels so entirely long because not only have you been up all day, but you're now up all night, and I absolutely freaking hate it. Especially in my house, because my house sleeps in anything below 65, we're asleep, we're gone, and my family sleeps, I believe, at 62 degrees. Probably 65. It doesn't matter. It'd be cold and I'd be tired. I'd be ready to go to bed. But I can't go to bed because I'm sitting here slaving away at building a project. Because most of the time when I'm up late at night is because I'm building a project. Take that into consideration. I am never awake doing any drawings unless it's like the week of our final jury or the week of our midterms. Like, no. Other than that, I'm not awake doing any drawings. So most of the time when I am awake late at night is because I'm building a freaking project. I hate building the projects, and I hate that that's such a mandatory part of architecture school. Like, yes, I'm an artistic person, but my arts never took I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, because I can't even say my arts never took hours to do that. I think again what the problem is the fact that our talents are so rushed and in need of being perfect, because that's what the teachers expect and the professors expect. Perfectionism, because low-key all architects are perfectionists, hence why I know I belong. I can't think of anything else that I'm excited or not excited for. My mom told me that this year she's gonna force me to go to a football game or a basketball game, a school game basically, because I have never been. I'm in my 3rd year at my university and I have never been to a college game before. I wonder why. This degree does not allow me to go to any games. I don't know how people are doing it. Oh yeah, so my mother says she's forcing me to go to a football/basketball game this year, simply because I've never been. I have friends. It's just that, again, me and my friends are all architecture students who have projects. We have work to do, and we take our work seriously. I've met people in my studio that somehow has made it to the 3rd year but doesn't dedicate all their time to doing their schoolwork, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Like, teach me your ways. Talk about time management. Like, I feel like my time management is pretty okay, seeing that I work part-time on the weekends, so but I do come home and do my work, but I'm still up all night. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm missing, but obviously I'm missing something if people are out here going to games and I'm sitting at home doing something that they should also be doing, but they're not because they have the time to go and do something else. This is the base look, and again, I know I look like a raccoon, but we are not done. But before we move on, look at how pigmented these colors are. Do you see this? This is coming from a $10 palette. A $10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's 7 times 3? A 21 color palette for $10 from years ago. I'm telling you, it's definitely the primer. I'm never going back to concealer as my eyeshadow base again. So the next step in this eye look is to create a cut crease, okay? So we're doing a cut crease halo eye. What I'm gonna need is my eyeshadow primer and then the color of the base that I want it to be. So we're actually going to take the color Regal and we're gonna scrape that just a little bit. We have the color. So now I'm just gonna go in and diffuse the cut crease on the ends instead of it being a crazy straight line down the middle of my eye. Before we move on, I'm going to do some glitter to cover up whatever I didn't do right. So we're going to go back in with that Profusions palette. We're going to go in with Gravity in the palette, just with my finger, just to cover up my mistakes. Okay, I'm going to stop messing with it, okay? So this is the eye look. This is what we have. We're going to line my eyes with my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. Such a good match. I can't even tell if it's blended in. Nowadays, the girlies are choosing between blending your foundation out with a brush or a blending sponge. If I'm wearing foundation, I'm going to use both. Going in with the brush first and then going in with my sponge. And the reason I do this, one, it deposits the product on more evenly. Two, it picks up any excess, making the foundation look like bare skin, okay? Our favorite part of putting on makeup is baking. So we are now putting the finishing touches on this look today. So I think I'm going to go back in with that Profusion palette, and I'm actually going to put eyeshadow on my, what is this called? Under here. We're actually going to take the color Regal in that palette, the lighter purple right here. Right here. We're going to scrunch up the brush. And then we're going to focus on the outer part and the inner part. Okay, that didn't work. So instead, we're just going to do the whole thing. Okay, it's giving grunge. We're just gonna take that same glitter shade that we have on our eyelids, and we're just, this one right here, Gravity, we're gonna take a little bit and we're just gonna focus on the very middle of our eye, basically right under where this glitter is. We're gonna put that on the bottom. You know what it's kind of giving? I've never watched it, but it's kind of giving Euphoria. You know what would look better? Some actual gems. I don't have those, but you guys can do it if you're following along. And then for lashes, I'm actually going to go in with these LA Colors Dramata Lash Wispy Cat Eye Style from the Dollar Tree. Ooh, and here I thought that these lashes was too big for me. They look cute today. Probably because this look actually requires a big lash. Yes. Ooh, this is giving. I love, 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 love. From what I can see, because I don't have any contacts on today, from what I can see, she's cute. Now, oh, I don't have any lips on. I was gonna say the very last step. It is not the very last step. One of the last steps is to go ahead and do my bottom mascara. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, and now for a lip combo. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a lip combo, but I'm rushing against the clock. Well, let's set my face while we look for a lip combo. Nope, it is dead. I can't even front like I don't miss ya. Right now I'm just up inside a crib on my own. Soon as I free up, I'm about to pop up on your phone. So the lip combo. This Ruby Kisses Intense Lip Liner in the shade Dark Rose. This other Ruby Kisses Ultra Easy Lip Liner in the shade Dark Brown. And then this Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Dark Wine. I normally don't go for such a wine colored lipstick, but it works today. Does it make me look old? Should I put gloss on there? Let's do the gloss. Let's do gloss. We're gonna top it with the Essence Shine Clear, Crystal Clear Lip Gloss. I guess this is the finished look. I kind of sort of accidentally gave myself Halloween vibes, probably because of the lip, but I was like, I don't want to go for the basic nude lip today, so I tried something just a tad bit different. It's a plum color to kind of match the eyeshadow and the blush, and I don't think it looks too bad. But anyways, this is the finished look. I think it came out really cute. It was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys loved the look just as much as I loved the look. Something a little bit different for me. I haven't done a look like this in years, so, and I don't think I did too bad, to be honest. But please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on my video below, please. As well as follow my TikTok and Instagram for exclusive videos and pictures. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. I think purple is my color. Or maybe it's the fact that it matches my shirt today.